This is very interesting, and I hope that y'all watch this with open minds because this right here is very important. What is going on, everybody? I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. I am Ty Smith. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. Make sure you follow me on all the platforms you see above and below, and clicking this thumbs up button right here will consistently have my content recommended to you. Last but not least, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. And if you are new to my channel, check my channel out in its entirety before you consider subscribing, because you may not like me. No, you better. No. Also, for those of you that want me to look at a specific clip or react to certain songs, yada yada peanut butter, go up to patreon.com/Modern Renaissance Man, okay? That's how you can find out how to get your clip, whatever it is that you want me to see or react to, look at, guaranteed, all right? Check that out, all right? Make sure you read it in its entirety, okay? All right, folks, so y'all have to check this out right here because I think that this is a very important piece. And it's here with Vivek Ramaswamy, who, you know, came to the scene, very smart, very intelligent, controversial, and I like it because he's able to speak his mind because he's able to, which a lot of people don't even know that we are able to speak our minds. They're going to bring up some important things in here that I want you guys to pay attention to because it's something that if you've been following this channel, you know, you guys will be thinking to yourselves, and I'm not going to give it away. When you hear certain things that they bring out in here during this conversation, you guys are going to say, Ty has always been like that. I don't want to tell y'all what it is, but I guarantee, I'm going to let you guys guess what it is from this conversation. When you hear certain things that's said here that you can say, oh, we know that's Ty. We know he's never been like that. We know he's always been like that. But you know, without further ado, I'll let y'all check it out. Have some patience and really listen, okay? Check it out.
Welcome to this Fox News special, Truths. I'm Vivek Ramaswamy, and this is an open discussion about some of the biggest issues facing Americans. We were supposed to have a red wave in 2022, but that never came. They blamed Trump. They blamed abortion. But the real reason is that we got lazy. We railed against the Democrats, but without offering an alternative vision of our own. And I'm worried we're going to be in for a rude surprise this November unless we fix that starting right now. Think about it. Criticizing Joe Biden for his cognitive deficits over the last 2 years ended up backfiring. His cognitive deficits weren't a bug for the people who controlled him. They were a feature. And eventually, they used it as their basis to swap him out. He was never really the functioning president of the United States anyway. He was a puppet for the people who controlled him. And you know what? The same thing goes for Kamala Harris today. She's just another cog in the system. We're not up against a candidate here. We're up against a machine. We're not going to win this by obsessing over the other side's shenanigans. We're going to win this by answering who we are and what we actually stand for. What does it mean to be a Republican in the year 2024? What does it mean to be an American in the year 2024? It means we believe in the ideals of 1776. It means we believe in merit, that you get ahead in this country not on the color of your skin, but on the content of your character and your contributions. It means we believe in free speech and open debate, that you get to speak your mind freely as long as I get to in return. It means we believe in the rule of law. And I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country. That means your first act of entering this country cannot break the law. It means we believe in self-governance, that the people who we elect to run the government ought to be the ones who actually run the government, not unelected bureaucrats in the deep state. It means we believe in the individual, family, nation, and God. That beats race, gender, sexuality, and climate if we have the courage to actually stand for it. But here's the dirty little secret that you won't hear from the media. It's not just Republicans who share those ideals. Most Americans actually do. I traveled this country as a presidential candidate last year, and if I learned one thing, it's that we're not really as divided as the media would have you believe. It turns out that 80% of us in this country share the same values in common. But here's the thing. They're afraid to talk about it in the open. You want to know the best measure of the health of American democracy? It's this. It's not the number of green pieces of paper in your bank account. It isn't even the number of ballots we cast every November. The best measure of the health of our democracy is the percentage of people who feel free to say what they actually think in public. And right now, we're doing as poorly as I can remember in my lifetime. There's a new culture of fear in our country that's spread like an epidemic across America. Fear of losing your job, fear of your kids getting a bad grade in school, fear of becoming an outcast in your own community for saying the wrong thing. And that culture of fear has completely replaced our culture of free speech in America. The only way we're going to fix it is by all of us, not just me, not just Donald Trump, but all of us, starting to speak the truth in the open again. Say in public what you will say in private at the dinner table. That's what my new book, Truths, The Future of America First, is all about. And that's exactly what we're about to do here. I invited my personal friends with a diverse range of views to join us for dinner. You're not going to agree with everything they say. And you know what? Neither do I. Some of them are old friends from places like Harvard and Yale, not exactly bastions of conservatism in America. We brought together a Russian immigrant, a Jewish rabbi, a former ACLU-leaning Democrat, and a former Biden administration official at the same dinner table to have the conversations that we're not having in America today. So let's speak without fear and see what happens. That's how we're going to save our country.
Hi, I'm looking forward to this dinner. This is a dinner amongst old friends and new. I wanted to kick the discussion off with a reflection on American national identity. This was on my mind coming out of the Republican convention. I think it's worth talking about because we do hear this, our diversity is our strength, certainly the motto that I grew up in as well, but so much so that we actually forgot the common core of things that actually do unite us. And it seems like it's a particularly challenging basis to have a national identity built around civic ideals, as it exists in the United States today, but bound together by a commitment to ideals like free speech, a commitment to ideals like the government shouldn't be able to tell you what to do or how to live your life, merit, the pursuit of excellence, the rule of law. Mm-hmm. Or are we wired by human nature to need something more primal?
Is it harder for everybody, or is it harder just for people who were born here and have been here for a long time? Because it seems like immigrant communities still deeply believe in the American ideal, or are still really excited about it.
I think that plays into the assimilation of America. The second and third generation American that has assimilated into Americanism, that has lost their rooted identity, that goes back hundreds of years or thousands of years, like some of the people at this table who carry traditions here. As a Jew, my deepest roots in my soul are my Jewish roots. So there's nothing that doesn't start first with a very strong nuclear base of who we are, where we are. Mm-hmm. And I think exactly what you're saying. The first and second generations coming from these strong ethnic or racial or religious homes are stronger. The rhetoric and the arguments and the political discourse that has just been terrible, moving away from core issues and talking about things, just fighting and arguing, the constant badgering of the other side is hurting America. I think America's unique sense of national identity, why am I a proud sixth generation American? Freedom, the First Amendment, freedom of press, maybe less government, free markets, capitalism. It's almost an identity of a non-identity, which gives us the American dream, which is that we can live together with people that are very different like us with equal rights. And we shouldn't apologize for that in America.
I've been hearing this idea of America as an idea or America as a proposition nation kind of gain a lot of traction lately, make a resurgence, and I guess what that means essentially is that it's a nation that is founded not on like a core ethnicity or a core culture, but a common creed or an ethos that everyone can or anyone can opt into if they're willing and able. And that, sounds like a nice idea to me. It's in theory, it's very flattering for most of us, if not all of us at the table. My answer to that is I don't know if the America is an idea camp is necessarily right, but if they are, America is an idea that's founded on a very specific set or system of values, norms, customs that is basically white, Anglo-Saxon, Protestant in nature. And I'm talking about things like individualism, freedom, tolerance, like all merit. Fair play is a big one that's big for me that gets lost a lot. Honor as a personal commitment versus as a kind of social mechanism, which you see in a lot of like Eastern and Middle Eastern countries and that sort of
Say
thing.
more about that honor. That's fascinating to me.
I mean, I think like
Double-click on that.
I think the Anglo concept of honor is motivated from within the individual. It dovetails with the idea of like individualism and freedom. And I think in most other cultures, honor is something that's much more socially determined, that depends on saving face or being a member of your community. It's much more collectivist in nature.
But isn't the whole idea of America is that we can accommodate both concepts? Is
Yeah.
that, we can come over here and we can have honor, we can have a community within our particular ethnic cultures, but we also have this larger thing that we all agree to abide by, and we're proud of that.
Yeah, it's sort of like what John Murray Cudahy called the civil religion, right? That he talks about in the Ordeal
America
of
as the
Civility.
civil religion.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it should go without saying that most of the immigrants who come to this country do so because they are trying to take advantage of, they want to enjoy these values, norms, and customs, whether or not they end up adhering to them.
fruits.
Yes. And I think it should also go without saying that when you profoundly alter the nation's demography through immigration, both legal and illegal, those ideals there will be a point of critical mass where those ideals do come under threat one way or another. And I think how we reconcile that is really the question for the future. And the fact is, like, this diversity, which is, you know, a strength, I think people miss the point of that statement, because when they say diversity is strength, I think the strength does lie specifically in our difference, not in our commonality very often. But you have to, you know, accommodate everybody. And I think there's going to be a lot of growing pains.
What do y'all think I was talking about in there when I said y'all going to look at this and y'all going to listen and be like, okay, that's definitely Ty? What is it? I want to say it right now, but I don't want to, because I want the ones that actually have been a part of this channel. If you listen to this, what can you point out in there that you can say, Ty has always been this way, or I know that Ty has never been afraid to Look, I already gave that. I shouldn't have said that right there, giving it away. But I want to see. Some of y'all might have skimmed through this. I do not know, but the points that we're mentioning here are super important, because, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that I'm saying words to you guys right now, can you imagine a day where you might have to freak? I mean, y'all, it'd be like a crazy sci-fi movie where you would look at it where you have to pay to speak. Pay to speak. What am I saying that for? The fact that we have arrived in this day and age where a lot of you guys will not say certain things because this dang on psychological psyops has been pushed through media and in these dang on woke places got you scared. You can't even speak. Can you imagine somebody? Y'all, you might as well have a shock collar on like a dog. That every time you speak, it's going to shock you. You know how dogs bark? Every time you speak, you're going to be shocked, because that's how a lot of you guys are. I don't want to say that because, dude, say it. Whatever, like you said, whatever you said at dinner, why are you scared to talk about it openly? Well, because I don't want anybody. I'm about to give away what I told you guys to know that y'all, Make sure y'all do this right here. Make sure because I want to see the ones that have been following me. I want to see what y'all have to say. Leave it in the comment section after this video, all right? And also, if you want to see the next video that I'm posting after this, it's going to be the video right up there at the top right. Anything down here are things that I've done in the past. It could be stuff that y'all don't know about me with this channel in regards to comedy, things like that of sort. But click here if you want to see some of the stuff that you don't know about me versus the stuff that you already know about me, all right? Next video right there. See y'all in the next one. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.